On this edition of Big Deke News, we discuss a potential reunion with a former Steeler player, also season-long awards, and the Hall of Fame. In addition, we do have some really good Demar Hamlin updates we'll talk about at the end. But all that and more, Big Deke News. Just a few days ago, the Dallas Cowboys cut former Steelers receiver James Washington. And that got people asking the question, should James Washington come back to the Steelers? My simple answer is no. It's time to move on. It's a new era here in the Burgh, and I really don't think James Washington is looking to come back to Pittsburgh, especially with how his final season ended here and all the lack of opportunities. And he was trying to get out of here before 2021 even started. Remember back in the offseason, there were trade talk leaks being tweeted out by, I think, his agent. Or there was just certain things that were happening, and then it popped up again in the middle of the season where we heard James Washington was unhappy with his role, this and that. So I really doubt he's looking to come back to Pittsburgh, and I think it's mutual because we've just moved on from kind of that era in a way. We still have Deontay Johnson, but, I mean, there's no Juju, no James Washington, no Claypool. We got Pickens in here. Also, Steven Sims has carved out a pretty nice role as wide receiver 3. I don't know if that's going to be the case next year because then we also have a Calvin Austin. Who knows who we sign in free agency or also in the draft. It's just, time to move on. I think it's just better for both sides. And just on James Washington, though, this dude can't catch a break. As I already mentioned, was underutilized here in the Steel City and then gets his chance to go to another team in Dallas where he's got a pretty good lane to be wide receiver 3, but then gets hurt before the season even starts. Gets put on IR, but when he's about to come back, the Cowboys signed T.Y. Hilton, and T.Y. Hilton starts playing good, so yeah, he just really can't catch a break. It's unfortunate. Wish him the best. Hopefully he could land somewhere and showcase some of his skills, but a series of unfortunate events for James Washington in his 4 or 5 years in the NFL thus far. We also have some awards to discuss. The Pittsburgh chapter of Football Writers of America gave out some annual awards just a couple days ago. The first one is the Mean Joe Green Award, which is for the team's Rookie of the Year, which goes to Kenny Pickett. And then also there's the Chief Award for the Best Media Cooperation. That one goes to Mason Cole. I don't know enough about why Mason Cole got the Chief Award to have any serious take on it. But I will say, anytime I did see him giving interviews, he gave some good, thoughtful answers. But I do have an opinion on Pickett winning Rookie of the Year. Yeah, for me, I'm good with it. The obvious debate would be between Pickett and Pickens. I feel like both are deserving. Pickett's case is how he's delivered in the clutch late in the season here in these last couple games. Not only from a playoff standpoint, too, where literally you have to win to stay in the playoff hunt. If you lose, you go home. But also from a Steelers history standpoint. Steelers-Raiders game, 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception on Christmas Eve in primetime. And then the other one is just you have our biggest AFC North rival, probably the biggest rivalry in the NFL. Steelers-Ravens on the road in Baltimore. To deliver in the clutch in both of those moments means something. And then add to the fact he's jumping on a dysfunctional offense, moving train in the middle of the season. And then he's able to steady the ship, be a leader, and all as a rookie quarterback at the position that's probably the toughest to play across the NFL. Now, Pickens' case is he was probably the most steady rookie on the Steelers' offense throughout the season because he played in every game and had impact no matter who the quarterback is. But I think I'm going to stick with Pickett. I think they made the right choice with this one. But also in the awards category, we just got some news that Minkah Fitzpatrick won the Team MVP award. This, in my opinion, is a no-brainer.
It's an honor that my teammates see me as an MVP. This has been nothing but a team effort.
He closed out multiple games this year with an interception on the final drive and was delivering some really big hits. Remember, he scared the shit out of the Dolphins receivers in that Sunday Night Football game. That's just been an area of improvement for Minkah over these past couple years in general, though, showing more physicality, making some more short tackles, and just the fact he pretty much single-handedly won us that Bengals game in Week 1 with the block extra point and then the pick 6 early in the game. And then didn't he have like 12 or 13 tackles? He was flying all over the field. So, yeah, this dude is, dare I say, on a Hall of Fame trajectory. This is going to be 3 All-Pros for him in 5 seasons. Is the best safety in the league right now. So this, just flat out right makes sense. As I said, it's a no-brainer. He's pretty much the best safety in the league. Proved his value throughout the year, no question. And it's just funny, though, awards like this, I feel like are a good reminder about that trade the Dolphins made. Again, thank you, going back to 2019, for trading Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Steelers. We're very thankful. Now all you got to do, just one more favor, Dolphins, please. Just lose this game to the Jets and Joe Flacco. And then for the last topic, we got our annual dose of Steeler Nation getting kicked in the nuts with Hines Ward getting snubbed from the Hall of Fame. Neither he nor James Harrison were named to the list of 15 modern-era finalists on Wednesday night. In my opinion, it's an absolute joke. I feel like you just say the name Hines Ward. He should be synonymous with Hall of Famer. I think he's a Hall of Famer, period. I think he's got everything to get in. I'm not saying he's a first ballot Hall of Famer or anything, and that ship has sailed, so never mind that. He's got the stats: 12,000 receiving yards, over 1,000 receptions, 85 touchdowns. The legacy of just playing with one team, the best franchise in the NFL, the Steelers, throughout his whole career. Clutch moments in the playoffs, Super Bowl MVP, a 2-time Super Bowl champion. So I don't know what more the dude had to do throughout his career to get in. And then with James Harrison, to be honest with you, I didn't think he actually had a chance until recently, where he's getting brought up in these Hall of Fame conversations and is making the semifinalists and whatnot. And then especially with seeing, and this is why I think James Harrison should get in, just seeing the dudes that have been making it throughout recent years. You have Terrell Davis in 2017, Jimbo Covert. He was an offensive lineman for the Bears. He only had 2 Pro Bowls throughout his career. Then last year, a dude like Leroy Butler, he had like 4 Pro Bowls and 3 or 4 All-Pros. Like, James Harrison's got a case just as good, if not better, as dudes like that. Just think, if Terrell Davis is making it in off his 4 years of excellence, I don't see why James Harrison can't make it in for his 5 years of excellence, where he was one of the most dominant and best defensive players in the league, won a DPOY in 2008, and is also the owner of one of the greatest plays in NFL history in the Super Bowl 43 interception return. And also, he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion in his own right. So if Terrell Davis can get in off his accolades, I don't see why James Harrison can't either. But hopefully it's just a matter of time before Hines and Harrison get in. I'm not keeping my hopes up for anything soon, because the mainstream media is just steady snubbing and hating on the Steelers for not only these Hall of Fame type of awards, but think about TJ with his DPOY. It took like 2 or 3 years before he could actually win it, even though he was deserving in those other seasons. So we'll just wait and see. But that's it for this edition of Big Deke News. And before I forget, we do have the Demar Hamlin updates. From Ian Rappaport, says, "This is amazing. For the first time, Bills safety Demar Hamlin is addressing the team via FaceTime. The breathing tube is out, and he spent the morning speaking to various teammates on FaceTime. Now he's delivering a message to the entire group." And then the Bills tweeted out, per the physicians at UCMC, Demar's breathing tube was removed overnight. He continues to progress remarkably in his recovery. His neurologic function remains intact, and he has been able to talk to his family and care team. So clearly some great news right there, man. Some good vibes heading into the weekend. Continue praying for Demar and for that full recovery. But again, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your comments or thoughts on any of the topics discussed. James Washington reunion to the Steelers, the season awards for the Steelers in 2022, and also the Hall of Fame snubbing of Hines Ward and James Harrison. But again, that's it. Stay chilling. Enjoy the weekend. Peace.